On May 6, 1937, the Manchester township in New Jersey, U.S. witnessed a horrifying air accident when the largest airship built at that time burst into flames mid-air. The accident left 35 people dead and gave birth to numerous rumors about what went wrong with the giant German dirigible Hindenburg. Was there a lightning problem, or was there possibly sabotage? Even years after the incident, there is still mystery surrounding this horrific mishap. So, let us unravel the Hindenburg disaster and understand why the giant airship caught fire. A year prior, in May 1936, the Hindenburg embarked on its maiden voyage from Germany to the U.S. This journey marked the beginning of its 1937 season, a significant event that attracted newspaper and newsreel photographers to Lakehurst. Little did they know, they would capture harrowing scenes of the airship engulfed in flames and crashing to the earth, while passengers and crew desperately sought refuge. From the first hint of fire to the Hindenburg's final descent, the entire disaster unfolded in a mere 30 seconds. The haunting images captured by newspaper photographers were splashed across front pages worldwide that very evening. The gripping footage from the newsreels made its debut in movie theaters the following morning, ensuring that the tragedy of the Hindenburg would be etched into the collective memory of people around the globe. The tragic Hindenburg disaster, which will go down in aviation history, was a turning point in the decline of airship travel. Once celebrated as the ultimate in luxurious and classy air travel, giant airships promised a bright future for long trips, especially across the Atlantic. On that fateful day, May 6, 1937, a throng of spectators gathered at New Jersey's Lakehurst Air Park, filled with anticipation. Their gaze was fixed on the horizon, waiting for the majestic arrival of the LZ-129 Hindenburg, the pride of the German Zeppelin fleet after its long journey across the Atlantic from Frankfurt. With its sleek silver hull and colossal size, the Hindenburg was more than just an airship. It represented human ingenuity and ambition. In the early days of commercial air travel, when most planes were slow and powered by propellers, the Hindenburg stood out as a symbol of a more luxurious and glamorous future in the skies. The lavish interiors included 2 large decks furnished with opulent dining areas, elegant promenades, and luxurious cabins. All the amenities one would expect from a 5-star hotel in the sky. Apprehension and excitement mixed as the Hindenburg descended toward the airfield. Equipped with cameras and recording devices, news teams captured every second of the momentous event on camera. Despite the palpable sense of anticipation, tragedy struck with sudden and merciless force. In a matter of seconds, the peaceful scene devolved into chaos as flames engulfed the airship's rear section, casting a hellish glow across the evening sky. Panic broke out as the passengers and crew members scrambled for safety, with some jumping from the windows in a desperate attempt to escape the inferno below. Within moments, the once proud Hindenburg, a marvel of modern engineering, was reduced to ruins, its twisted frame consumed by fire. The aftermath of the disaster was both harrowing and heart-wrenching. Of the 97 people aboard the ill-fated airship, 35 died in the flames or from injuries sustained during the chaotic evacuation. Apprehension and excitement mixed as the Hindenburg descended toward the airfield. Equipped with cameras and recording devices, news teams captured every second of the momentous event on camera. Despite the palpable sense of anticipation, tragedy struck with sudden and merciless force. In a matter of seconds, the peaceful scene devolved into chaos as flames engulfed the airship's rear section, casting a hellish glow across the evening sky. Panic broke out as the passengers and crew members scrambled for safety, with some jumping from the windows in a desperate attempt to escape the inferno below. Within moments, the once proud Hindenburg, a marvel of modern engineering, was reduced to ruins, its twisted frame consumed by fire. The aftermath of the disaster was both harrowing and heart-wrenching. Of the 97 people aboard the ill-fated airship, 35 died in the flames or from injuries sustained during the chaotic evacuation. And the survivors? Their lives were forever changed by the horrors they witnessed as they dealt with the trauma of that fateful day. Following the tragedy, a thorough investigation was conducted to determine the cause of the disaster. Government agencies, including the Department of Justice, FBI National Weather Service, and US Navy, arrived on the site determined to solve the mystery surrounding the Hindenburg's demise. Among the survivors was Max Pros, the experienced pilot who had commanded the Hindenburg on numerous transatlantic crossings. Despite suffering severe burns in the crash, Proust remained convinced that sabotage was to blame for the disaster. His strong belief sparked lots of talk and arguments for many years, making a lasting impression on how people remembered the Hindenburg disaster. When German Chancellor Adolf Hitler learned of the tragedy at his remote retreat in Berchtesgaden, he reportedly responded with a profound and unexpected silence. Hugo Eckener, a leading figure in German airship innovation and the head of the company behind the Hindenburg's creation, initially considered the possibility of sabotage. He changed his mind, though, as the investigation progressed, implying that the airship's volatile hydrogen may have been ignited by a random spark, which added a fascinating new dimension to the growing mystery. Meanwhile, Hermann Göring, a key figure in the Nazi regime and head of the German Air Command, quickly dismissed any allegations of sabotage, blaming the tragedy on divine will. He reportedly stated, "We submit to God's will while maintaining an unyielding resolve and fervent determination to advance our aerial conquest." The Nazis' quick dismissal of sabotage as a possible cause, rather than using the incident for propaganda, raised questions. Alexander Rose, in his 2021 book Empires of the Sky, offers a compelling theory. In his opinion, the Hindenburg's sabotage would have damaged Hitler's reputation in the eyes of the public, destroyed the myth that Germany was a peaceful, well-run society under Nazi control, and given the regime's enemies, the Jews and the Communists, for example, hope that internal conflict would eventually break out within the government. Following the Hindenburg disaster, Americans were free to investigate the mysteries surrounding the disaster, while German authorities appeared to be constrained by their own policies. Examining up-to-date newspaper articles and declassified FBI records reveals a web of rumors and mystery. While the FBI didn't officially launch a probe into the Hindenburg incident, it played a crucial role in assisting the U.S. Commerce Department's investigation. It also provided a channel through which citizens eager to express their suspicions and theories could do so. Among the countless letters that came in, a few offered logical technical reasons for the catastrophe. Many theories surfaced, pointing fingers at different anti-Nazi groups. The list of suspects was extensive and varied, ranging from dissident Germans and communists to Jews and Spaniards who were enraged by Germany's backing of Franco's fascist government. The zeal for conspiracy theories did not end there, though. Some speculated that the catastrophe was deliberately planned by the Nazis, maybe to profit from insurance payouts. Some speculated that it might be an explosive bullet fired from the ground, while others thought it might be a tiny plane dropping from the sky to wreak havoc with flames. According to a particularly colorful account, Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia gave the order for a lieutenant in the New York City Police Department to destroy the Hindenburg. But amid all the speculation, one suspicion stood out above the rest. There might be a bomb hidden somewhere in the enormous volume of the airship's interior, waiting to go off at the least provocation. Interestingly, one person in particular, Joseph Speer, also known as Speer, became a center of suspicion. Speer's strange manner was observed by a German steward, who described him as distant and not at all attracted to the attraction of flying in an airship. The fact that Speer was a professional contortionist and acrobat added gasoline to the fire, as rumors circulated that he was planning to plant a bomb inside the Hindenburg's intricate design. The base's naval commander prompted the FBI to look into Speer's past, but they were unable to uncover any proof to back up the rumors that were circulating about him. Nonetheless, the mystery surrounding the Hindenburg captivated Americans and fueled an unwavering search for answers amid the devastation of disaster. It was not just Speer who was being investigated. In writer and military historian A.A. Holling's widely read 1962 book, Who Destroyed the Hindenburg?, a crew member was brought to light as the supposed saboteur. Drawing on his own research, Holling accused 26-year-old rigger Eric Speer of planting a bomb on board, possibly under the influence of his communist girlfriend. Holling did, however, acknowledge that the majority of his evidence against Speer came from circumstantial evidence. 10 years later, in 1972, Michael Mooney's book, The Hindenburg, raised fresh doubts about Speer. This time, a woman recognized as Speer's ex-fiancée was located by German journalists, who angrily dismissed the theory as absolute madness. Mooney's book was the inspiration for the 1975 movie The Hindenburg, which changed the identity of the alleged saboteur but repeated similar charges against Speil. Meanwhile, the real Speil was unable to defend himself. He died in the Hindenburg crash in 1937 and was unable to refute the allegations leveled against him. According to the American investigation, which was conducted against the somber backdrop of a rainy evening, atmospheric conditions played a critical role in the catastrophe. They proposed that an electrical phenomenon known as a brush discharge likely caused the ignition of leaking hydrogen, resulting in a rapid and devastating inferno. On the other side of the Atlantic, the German investigators leaned toward Hugo Eckener's spark theory, which proposed a different mechanism for the tragic accident. Despite their efforts to untangle the web of events, neither investigation completely dismissed the possibility of sabotage, leaving the door open for conspiracy theories to flourish in the decades to come. Today, while experts generally agree that the Hindenburg disaster was a tragic accident, the exact sequence of events remains unknown. What do you think actually went wrong with the Hindenburg? Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. For more such intriguing videos on history, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel.